Hello guys, today I'll be sharing this strong off-meta deck list that we are going to try today. This deck is extremely strong in the current meta, and with the top decks being Buzzwole and Solgaleo, who are both weak to fire types. Furthermore, there are no meta water deck in this current meta, which makes this deck even better. Firstly, blacephon can do a massive 130 damage for 3 energy, which can be replenished with Lusamine. The only downside is that it deals 70 damage to itself. Next, Silvally is a very consistent Pokemon which is commonly used in many decks now, so I don't need to explain how good this card is. Currently, I'm halfway through Ultra Ball 4, and I'm going to use this deck to reach Masterball. As you can see, I've gotten 4 win streak with this deck, which shows how good this deck is. Let's dive into the gameplay to show you the strengths and weaknesses of this deck. Okay, let's dive into our first game. So currently we're Ultra Ball rank 4. Okay, so we are going first. Okay, so basically this deck is good even though we are going first, because there's always we can always use the helmets to let them hit us, then they'll get some damage. Then we can always use Leaf to change our Pokemon, which is very strong because the Leaf and Silvally combo is very good for us, since when you use a supporter card, Silvally can deal 100 damage. So over here we can use a Pokeball to see if we get a blacephon or a type now again. Okay, we got a blacephon. Okay, we also has a helmet. Okay, let's use the rocky helmet so that they will not want to damage us. Okay, so over here I'm just gonna skip my turn. My deck, because I have no Leaf currently on my hand, so I do not want them to use a Sabrina to swap out my cards to blacephon, so I decided to just let my type now stand alone for now. And anyways, he can't attack me since Oricorio requires 2 energy to attack. Okay, so for my next turn, I'm just gonna evolve my type now. Okay, then probably use a Gladion. Okay, I'm just gonna use a Gladion to try to find a type now. Hopefully we get a type now. If we are lucky enough, it's a 50% chance. Okay, I decided not to use it because as same reason as before, I do not want them to Sabrina me, because next round I can attack. So when next round I'm able to attack, I can use my Gladion because it can help my Silvally do 100 damage, which is pretty good. And hopefully he does not have any cards to shuffle my hand, because it'll be very bad for us. So over here, will he do some damage to us? I don't think he'll do any damage to us, because if he attacks us, his Oricorio will be left with 50 HP, and we do not need any supporter card to finish him off. So we can save one supporter card. Okay, correct, and he didn't attack us. Okay, so I'm just gonna put my blacephon down. So the good thing about this blacephon is when you use a Lusamine and you have 2 discarded energy, you can straight away attack. On your new turn, you have an energy, and Lusamine gives you 2 energy. That gives you 3 energy for you to attack with blacephon. So it's extremely good. It's, I would say, on par with Rampardos. Just that Rampardos requires like you to rare candy to evolve, and you have to find the fossil, which is very troublesome. So which is why this deck is very strong currently. So over here I can still attack because I still have my supporter cards. Okay, so opponent has a Magnezone. He probably has a Magnezone in his hand, and Shinotic can help him find his cards. But it's okay, on our next round, I'm gonna finish his Shinotic. So over here, he's taking a while, he's thinking. So over here, we do not have to scare about Oricorio decks. In fact, we are actually very strong against Oricorio decks because we don't even use any EX cards, and our damage is insane. Silvally can do 100 damage, blacephon can do 130 damage, and look at this card, it's so amazing. The design is so funky. Okay, so since he's just gonna take his time, I'm just gonna admire my hand. Okay, he skipped his turn finally. Okay, we have a Professor Research. So I'm thinking whether to use Mask or Professor Research, because I do not want him to get his Magnezone, because he can deal damage to knock out my Silvally. But it's okay, I'm just gonna search for more cards. Oh, just nice, we got a type null. That's pretty good for in case our silvally gets knocked out the next round. Okay, that's our second point right there. So if he has a Magnezone and he knocks out my silvally, I can always use my Lusamine to change to my blacephon to knock him out, or I can just evolve to silvally and do some damage. So what is he going to do here? Ah, he has a Magnezone. Okay. So the good thing about this deck is you can do many things. Okay, so he just nice be able to knock me out, but my Rocky Hammer will deal 20 to him. Okay. So over here there's two things I can do. So because I do not have a Lusamine, I'm just gonna put my time now in front. Okay, so oh nice, we got a Lusamine. Okay, so there's two things we can do to win this game. So firstly, I can evolve to silvally and use a Sabrina to bring out their back cards to finish him off, or we can always use the energy to change to blacephon and use a Lusamine and add the energy to him to finish out his Magnezone. So there's two ways to win this game. So which shows how versatile this deck list is. So here I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna swap it to our blacephon and use our Lusamine full art to give him some energy and finish his Magnezone. I think that'll be a more insane play as compared to using Sabrina. So over here you can see 130 damage with Beat Punk, and we secure the win right here. Okay, let's move on to our second game. Over here we are going against this ultra boring 4 player. So we are going second, which is very good for us with a silvally in hand. So opponent is probably running a silvally and Rampados deck, if I'm not wrong. Oh my god, he's running a different deck than what I expected. So he's running a Galate deck. So over here, let's see how this turns out for us. Okay, I'm just gonna use Professor Research. Our starting hand is extremely strong because we have 2 Professor Research, and I'm just gonna put a Rocky Hammer in front. And since I do have a type now here, I'm just gonna add the energy to blacephon. Okay, so what cards will he be running? Because Galate EX deck is very strong in the previous season, but in the current season, this is my first time seeing this deck. Okay, so he has a Curlier and he might have a Galate in his hand too. So I'm just gonna Professor Research until I get my type null. Okay, that's good. Okay, we're just gonna add the energy to type null, so we can evolve next round to silvally and also use a leaf to finish off his Curlier. Unless he shuffle my hands, then it's GG's for us. Okay, oh, I see what deck is running now. And he has a mask. Okay, so our good hand right there is being destroyed. So hopefully you get good cards. Over here, not very good. Oh my god, this is extremely hard for us. So Stoutland, this Pokemon is also extremely annoying because you require 1 more energy to do attack to them. So it's a very disgusting card which you don't want to face. But over here it's quite interesting that he uses Galate EX with Stoutland. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrongly. So over here he decided to use his Stoutland in front. Okay, to do some damage. Okay, there's no problems. So I'm just gonna let it be. Oh nice, I have a Gladion. Okay, so I think I should just Gladion to find a silvally to try to evolve. But even though I evolve, I still can't do any damage to him because I do not have my leaf now, which is extremely annoying. So this is one downside of this deck. If you do not have your leaf, you have to wait and charge up your energy. But it's okay, we always have your Rocky Helmet and your blacephon to tank some damage. Sure, blacephon is not the best Pokemon to tank the damage, but it's fine in certain situation. Okay, so over here, we just hope he knocks us out so that our silvally can deal damage. And because we need extra energy with Starlet in front, we can always use a Sabrina to hit his Curlia. So hopefully he doesn't evolve it. Oh my god, and our luck is extremely horrible here. So he decided to evolve his Galate. Okay, so over here we're just gonna put our silvally in front. With Starlet in front, we cannot attack because of his ability. I require one more energy to do damage, so I don't want that. So I'm just gonna. Oh, nice! We have type now here. Okay, I'm just gonna Sabrina this and put my Rocky Helmet there so that when he attack me, he will have damage inflicted on him. So over here, Galate EX is extremely good against us because of for every energy he gets another 20 damage, and fighting types is extremely good against us, which is probably why he's running this Galate deck right now, because silvally is a normal type and is very commonly used in many decks. So over here he's able to finish me off, and he has a heal. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna win this because he has energy on his top lane also. So over here, even though we can finish off his Galate EX, we cannot finish off his top lane. His top lane is able to finish us off because of the 70 damage inflicted on blacephon. So this is another downside, it's because of this ability, but it's also similar to Rampardos, just that blacephon has a lower HP and it deals 70 higher damage to itself. So I'm just gonna concede here. Okay, so that's all for this video. So do try out this deck. This deck is extremely strong. I'm gonna use this deck to climb to masterball myself, and I hope you like this video. So basically right now I'm just trying out new decks to try out whether it works in this current meta to help you all get to masterball. I'm gonna try it myself. So I try decks so that you guys don't have to waste your time to try out all these decks and lose in your rank. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give it a like, thumbs up, and subscribe so that I can make more videos for you all. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.